Hello and welcome. It's going to be a bit of a strange video because I'm going to be reviewing my camera, my video camera, this video camera. I'll put a little video about now, maybe in the corner or just transition it to show you what I'm shooting from, and then during this video I'll obviously have some footage of this camera. Well, I'm in the editing floor, as you can see, and for whatever reason it won't let me record even the 720 on my camera and, you know, import it as a 720p file and record this camera that I'm using and have that as a separate clip. I think it's iMovie. I think it doesn't like it being a different camera's clip. It's a little bit different if you had different different qualities, but I've seen other people do it with drift HD cameras and have different qualities there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a separate video. I know it's a bit of a waste, but I'm going to make a separate video on the current camera that I'm using at the moment, my old camera. I know it's a bit of a faff, but it's the only way I can find a short-term solution to this. Anyway, back to the review. Hope you enjoy it. Well, now this camera, you can see there, it's a Panasonic HC-X800. I think it's quite important for video reviewers and things to make review videos of their own cameras if it's possible, because it helps you if you want to decide to get into reviewing things like that. But saying that, mobile phone cameras are getting better and better and better all the time, and people may want to carry on doing that. That's perfectly fine. You don't have to buy a really expensive full-blown movie video camera anymore. But if you do want to have a proper video camera that has all the bells and whistles, then you may think about getting a dedicated one, a bit like point and shoots or SLRs. Anyway, back to this review. Like I say, I'll probably put a little video of the camera that I'm shooting from, which I used for a while. I used it for quite a few months, and this camera here, the HC-X800, I don't think they make them anymore. I think it was completely replaced by the X920. I got this a year ago now. It's a year old, and most of my reviews have been shot on this. Firstly, when I reviewed products, I had, because this is a 3.5-inch touchscreen. It goes all the way round. But the first setting I had it on was, if I do quick menu. Sorry about the colours. This camera isn't the best at colours and deciding which colour it should be at the moment. But if you can see, you've got your little menu there. I was using it on iframe because that seemed very, very friendly for iMovie. Now, most of the others didn't really work for iMovie. I've got a dirty fingernail. That's not good, is it? But yeah, most of them they didn't really work with iMovie, and it's not the camera's fault. It's not. It is literally Apple's fault and iMovie's fault for not keeping up with the times, keeping up with technology, becoming a little bit lazy, which, you know, you'd expect that from the world's largest company. But anyway, enough about that. So yeah, I was using iframe for a while, and then they upgraded iMovie a couple of times. So now you can have it on the different settings. I think this is like very high setting there, and then you've got like a medium setting, a low setting, and then it's just like completely. You can just have hours and hours on a SD card, and then your iframe is iMovie friendly. But now the new version of iMovie actually supports this 1080 50p. It's basically 60 frames per second, let's face it. So now most of my videos will be shot in this mode. You just press that button there, and then you've got the really high quality mode. But anyway, this is my review of this this video camera. It's an excellent video camera. Like I say, it's a year old. Been using it all through this year, 2013. So you're probably watching this in 2014 anyway. But it's done me proud. All of my voice, you could probably tell with this camera that I'm using, the audio pickup, the microphone on it, it's not that good. On this one, it's incredible. It's got the stereo zoom microphone on there, and I think you'll agree, my voice does sound a lot better on this camera. Now I could go one step further and record it on the Yeti. There's no input for this, so I'd have to record it as a separate audio file on the Mac and then integrate that in, and I'd also have to make sure that it lined up with the video. It's a bit more, that's an extra step, and it's a bit more faffing, and it can be hit or miss. I'd rather have it all done via the camera. And that's a good point about the new one, the new camera that's kind of overtaken this. It's replaced it in that it's got an external microphone port on it, which is excellent. It's something that I wished this one had. So let's get through this camera. So it's got I'll go through all the specs and things. It's got a wide 29.8mm Leica lens, F1.5. It's got a 23 times iZoom, 12 times optical, and it's the same 12 times optical on the newer one, but it's just got a little bit more intelligent zoom. It's got a 3-inch screen, 460k resolution, and this zoom mic is excellent because there's a mode on here where you can set it to zoom in to people talking or someone quite a way away, and it will pick up what they're saying. Kind of like a bit of a spy tool, really, isn't it? But it makes the voice near you lower, and I have used that a couple of times with a few of my videos that are shot outside, because I wanted to hear what was going on further away rather than my own voice or what was people around me. This camera, this will set you back a good £440 or $400 or $500. It's expensive. I'll give it that. It is expensive, but it does everything you could ask for, really. It's an incredible video camera. It uses the standard SD card. It's quite easily removable. The battery pack, I'll just turn it off at the moment. No, I'll keep it like that. No, I will turn it off. Just turn it off. The battery pack is this little brick at the back. You can get replacements and things, but not had any problems with that. There we go. Just slots there. It's got your HDMI output and your 50p and your AV multi and your micro USB. You can plug it straight into a computer or whatnot. You've got your manual. You can operate the camera manually instead of the automatic, the IA. You've got the OIS, which I believe stands for your, I've forgotten it already. It's basically your wobbly, your anti-wobbly, your stabilization, your intelligent stabilization. That's it, which is very, very handy. You've got the taking the picture button there, or your shutter. You've got your zoom and your volume up and down. The speaker is there for playback. It's not that loud. Even on 32, it only goes up to 32. It's not that loud, so just bear that in mind. And bear in mind that there's no microphone output, so if you want it louder, you'd have to take it off the camera, put it onto a laptop, and hear it through headphones or something. This little port here is your AC adapter, your AC. Here is to press your record for your videos. You've got your 3 modes. You can have the annoying red light there on for shooting film if you wish, and also when you switch it on, that light comes on and it flashes when it's charging. You've got your normal shoot video mode, record video. You've got your playback mode for pictures or video, and you've got your camera mode. And I think this it's a good 16 megapixel camera, so it's quite decent really. Obviously it won't be as decent as an SLR or something like that, because that's specific for pictures, isn't it? But it still takes very decent pictures. And remember, it's 12 times optical zoom and 25 times normal zoom, so it's got a decent zoom on there as well. It's got this advanced 3MOS sensor. It's written all over this camera, really, written there, the 3MOS. It's basically, it creates full HD images. Basically like the next generation. It exhibits outstanding effects under dim lighting, so it works in, take it in out in the dark, and you can record quite well in low light conditions. Alright, what else can I say about the camera? I mean, obviously it's got the automatic shutter, and it's got the flash there. If I was to turn it back on, that's how the shutter opens, and then that's how it closes. So it protects it quite well. I suppose you could get I'm not sure whether it comes with an external one. I can't really remember. I think it does, but anyway. It's got this very comfortable strap that's adjustable. Obviously you've got your tripod mount there. Even for a bigger tripod, it fits really well and snug. It's textured. It's just comfortable, and I have it on a tripod obviously when I'm doing my review videos. The touch screen, it's very responsive. What else can I say? Well, as I say, it supports your SD cards, and it shoots in those different modes, all the way from low to your 1080p, full 1080p. It's got that zoom microphone. The upgrade to this is about 680, so it's up to you whether you can justify the another 240. I think the upgrade is a very, very good upgrade, because it's got the manual zoom, and it's got the microphone ports, and the quality is just a bit it's a higher step up. I mean, it's still 1080 50p, but it's got the Wi-Fi as well, so you can set it up, whip out your mobile phone, find it under the Wi-Fi, and you can actually operate the zoom and things through the Wi-Fi. And I think that's a really cool feature as well, because let's face it, you'd take your mobile phone with you anywhere anyway, won't you? Again, it's got this, like this one, you can buy a 3D conversion lens, and you just slot it on there, and you can record in 3D if that floats your boat. But that's another option. I think it's a really decent camera. It's lasted me the good year. I'm not going to upgrade for quite a few years. I think this is where it is at the moment. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this review. If you need more information about it, I haven't really given you that much, but if you need more, check out Panasonic's website or other shops where they sell them. I think these kind of cameras are just excellent for video reviews, because you've got your zoom features in it, but you've also got your fine detail macro mode on there as well. Or I mean, this camera that I'm using is pretty decent as well, but I'll do a little video of that as well. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Take care.